Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Karim Saba de PowerMetal.cl, el podcast live en otra ya edición especial de entrevistas como ocurre cada cierto tiempo, como estamos logrando que cada vez sea más seguido. Esta vez estoy junto a mi compañero, el traductor, el hombre de la música, el señor Cortinas, don Francisco Pérez. ¿Cómo estás, Francisco?
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien por aquí? ¿Y tú?
Yo aquí en Santiago, como se acuerdan, el día miércoles estuve ahí en plena entrevista, en pleno capítulo de PowerMetal.cl, el podcast live, que viajé a Santiago a tratar de ver a Mayra, que ya sabemos lo que ocurrió, pero hoy día no vamos a hablar de eso será quizás tema para la próxima semana. Hoy día nos vamos a dedicar porque vamos a tener unos segundos, de hecho ya están conectados aquí justo abajo nuestros amigos de Frozen Crown, que vamos a estar conversando con Federico Mondelli y Giada Etro, tanto el compositor y guitarrista principal, como Giada, que es la cantante que todos conocemos. Pero antes, obviamente, presentar a los auspiciadores que no nos ponen ningún peso, como es Patagonia, que algún día Austral me va a decir, ya, algún día. Así que, salud.
Salud. Una botella vacía de Trooper aquí, pero salud.
Ya. Vamos, no, para no hacer más esperar a la gente que ya se está conectando, están preguntando, vamos a tener ahora mismo a la gente de Frozen Crown.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Here, 12 o'clock in Chile.
Doing good here.
Para la gente, como siempre, para los que no saben, ni primera vez que se conecta a la entrevista, yo voy a hacer la de traductor, yo voy a estar presentando las preguntas en español, todo para que se entienda, y aquí arriba don Francisco Pérez va a hacer la traducción al inglés a las preguntas para que tanto Giada como Federico puedan entendernos, ya que hay dificultad idiomática. Así que partamos nomás. Francisco, preguntémosle al tiro, ¿cómo están de estar hablando con Chile y con Latinoamérica?
So, how are you guys? How does it feel to be talking with Chile, with South America here?
We are really happy because we have a lot of friends and fans and people who we interact with that comes from Chile, from other countries of Southern America. So we are really happy to have the chance to be in touch with you there more directly than usual. And yes.
Yeah, and also the girl in charge of our fan club and of some of our communities online is also from Chile. So we want to say hello to her, which is Giselle or Giselle.
This is
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
She's one of the team, of the Frozen Crown team. Yeah, so hi Giselle.
Okay, dicen que están muy felices de estar aquí porque además muchos de sus fans son de Sudamérica, mucha gente con la que hablan son de Sudamérica. Y es más, la que está a cargo del fan club de Frozen Crown
Giselle.
es chilena, es Giselle, que está ahí en los comentarios.
Ok, vamos a partir al tiro de la entrevista y vamos a partir hablando sobre el último disco de Frozen Crown, Call of the North. Y queremos saber, lo primero, cómo ha sido la recepción, que nos cuenten cómo ha sido la recepción tanto de del periodismo especializado como de la gente, que al final es lo más importante de su último disco, lanzado este año.
Okay, so let's talk about your last album. How has the reception been in terms of everything in the media, by the fans, everything?
In my opinion, it has been really, really good. It's the fourth album, so it's how can I say, quite a confirmation of our style. And one of the comments I loved the most was that this album is the more Frozen Crown album of Frozen Crown. And no, we are really, really happy with the feedback so far. Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome, and we just came back from a tour, actually with Nanowar of Steel, which were the guys that actually put us in touch with you guys, actually. So we say hello to Nanowar of Steel, and very awesome stuff was that while on tour, we were expecting people to actually sing the old songs like I Am the Tyrant or Kings, but actually everybody knew also the new songs, so that was amazing, and that's also a sign of how well was the new album actually received,
Yes.
from people.
Bueno, entonces nos cuentan que ha tenido una muy buena recepción el disco. Que uno de los comentarios que más les gustaron fue que es el disco más Frozen Crown que ha lanzado Frozen Crown.
Ujú.
Y que de hecho ahora mismo vienen volviendo una gira con Nanoware of Steel, que les manda saludos. Y que ellos esperaban que la gente se supiera los temas antiguos y cosas así, pero había gente que también se sabía los temas nuevos, lo cual también como que les confirmó que van como por un buen camino.
Francisco y Giada y Federico, hablando de esto de Frozen Crown, de que este disco es más Frozen Crown que los anteriores, hay una cosa que yo noté personalmente y que también lo leí en alguna otra entrevista, reviews, que es que este disco deja un poco el lado más death metal que tenían en un principio, que mezclaban un poco death con power metal y ya de carrera se van directamente al power metal más clásico, no sé si italiano, pero sí al sonido más power metalero que todos conocemos y que es parte de esta página tan clásica.
Okay, so there has been a lot of comments in different interviews and reviews and stuff like that this album kind of gets away from the death metal and power metal mix that you're used to do, and this one is more power metal, like classic power metal. Why was that, or if you can tell us anything about that?
There are a lot of hidden riffs and stuff that belong to heavier stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that this was actually a misunderstanding, just because we didn't use the growling vocals in this album. But actually, this album is planning with melodic death metal riffs. If you think about the title track, like Call of the North, right after the intro, you can hear a riff that could be, an In Flames riff.
Yeah.
We have a lot of melodic death metal riffs. Of course, if we are just relying death metal to the use of harsh vocals, so that's correct. But aside from vocals, we are really using a lot more death metal influences in this album. So to the point, I would consider it to be a melodic death metal album with clean vocals, actually.
Oh, cool. I understand.
Ya, entonces lo que nos cuentan es que no es realmente que no haya influencias del death metal. Si escuchan el disco, hay muchos riffs escondidos de guitarra que son totalmente propios del death metal. Pero, claro, si uno empieza a decir que no están ocupando guturales o voces rasposas, claro, se podría decir que no está tan cercano, pero al final aquí nos cuentan que consideran el disco más bien un disco de death metal melódico con voces limpias y sin guturales.
Okay. I have some greetings from the people. Estefania Constanza say she wants to get you, a producer get you into Chile and to South America. Yeah. Luis E. Monteiro is from Brazil, I think. He asked if you have to stay in Brazil a lot of time. Claude Dallas say Frozen Crown is not a classic, no es una banda clásica, es épica, excepcional y es única.
Thank you.
Quiero preguntarles, siguiendo un poco en el último disco, ¿qué piensan ellos que es lo mejor que tiene Frozen Crown en Call of the North? Y a la vez, ¿qué cosas a unos meses de haber salido el disco, creo que 2-3 meses, piensan que se pueden haber hecho mejor? ¿Que no, o está tal como debe ser?
Okay, so in Call of the North, what do you think is like the best thing you did on that album? Because everyone has like a favorite thing that happened on an album, and at the same time, is there anything you would have changed, like 2 or 3 months after being released? Is there anything you said I maybe would have changed this, or maybe not? Maybe it's perfect as it is. But what What can you say about that?
Well, from my side, the thing I'm most happy about is the hate I've been able to perform vocally wise. So I never been in previous albums in so high notes. That's what I'm really proud of the work I did to go there. And from what I still have to think about the second question. What I would change. Uh, Nothing pops in my mind
It's not
now.
necessary to change anything. It's
Yeah,
just if
I mean,
there's anything.
yeah, yeah, indeed, I wouldn't change anything, of course. I would never change anything about any of the stuff I record because when you record something, that's just, like a photo of what you are in that moment. So if you change that, it's going to make no sense. I like to listen to old stuff and remember how I was in that specific moment. So I wouldn't like to change things. I think the things I like the most, of course, in this album is yes, vocals, which of course took a step forward compared to our old albums. Also the vocal layers, because this album is plenty of vocal layers actually, orchestration and arrangements. We didn't have limited time. We just took our time properly with our producer Andrea Fusini, which I say hello to, and so we could work as much as we wanted on vocal arrangements, on guitar arrangements, and also on the brief keyboard arrangements that are in the album. So we are really happy about everything, I would say.
Bueno, entonces nos cuentan que no hay mucho que cambiarían del disco porque para ellos el disco plasma el momento musical en el que están, entonces al final como cambiarlo es como cambiar una foto y no hace mucho sentido. Pero de lo que sí están muy orgullosos es de las voces, porque lograron llegar a unos tonos muy altos en las voces. Y los arreglos orquestales, los arreglos de guitarra, de voces también los arreglos vocales y los pequeños arreglos de teclados que habían en el disco.
Oye, tengo una duda de la composición, Federico y ya. ¿Este disco se compuso durante la pandemia o después de la pandemia? O sea, ¿y eso se refleja de alguna forma? O sea, porque tengo la duda, el disco anterior, el Vuelven, salió salió durante la pandemia, el 2021, y este sale después de la pandemia. ¿Se nota eso en el sonido, en la forma de que ustedes lo compusieron, la forma que enfrentaron, o no fue tan diferente?
Okay, so the question here is, was the album made, composed on the pandemic? Did it affect how it turned out, basically?
So some songs started taking their shape during the pandemic, of course, but no, the whole album we worked on it after. No, what would you say?
Yeah, of course, when you write some riffs, some melodic ideas.
It was from 2021 and it was in the pandemic, so I don't know if this affect or no. I was thinking.
Well, let's say that of course the pandemic never really affected my songwriting in the sense that I always record stuff in my home studio, so that wasn't different, but for what concerns the timing, some of these riffs, some of these melodic ideas actually were born even before Winterbean was released, because the way I write songs is the following. I gather a lot of ideas on my cell phone, which could be riffs, intros, choruses, verses, melodies, and then during time I take them, some of them, and turn them into actual songs. So maybe some ideas from for this album were already born before Winterbane, and some ideas probably were written during the pandemic. Yes.
Okay, entonces al final hay como una mezcla de varias cosas, porque muchos de los riffs fueron compuestos incluso antes que Winterbane, que es el disco anterior. Algunos fueron escritos durante la pandemia y algunos fueron escritos hace como ya terminando el disco, entonces como que la pandemia al final nunca afectó mucho en el proceso de composición, porque además Federico siempre graba en su home studio, entonces la pandemia no cambió mucho eso.
Perfecto. Oye, una pregunta de la banda. Este disco toma ya mucho más presencia Fabiola. Fabiola que ingresó, si no me equivoco, también en el 2021 para Winterbane. Ahora ya es más parte de la banda. ¿Qué está aportando ella como la nueva incorporación, ya que ahora la gente ya la identifica más? De hecho, en las mismas redes sociales, Frozen Crown la pone mucho más en pantalla. ¿Qué está aportando musicalmente? Y si ella fue ella aportó a la composición de Call of the North.
Okay, so Fabiola, she entered the band pretty recently. How has she helped? Did she help with the writing of the album, or did she? How is she like? What's new with her in the band?
Yes, well, definitely with her own guitar solos, she brought a completely different approach, completely new perspective, because the first two Frozen Crown albums were 100% my guitar approach, my guitar, coming from me, from my writing and recording. Of course, I don't even consider myself a guitar player. I always say this, I consider myself to be a composer first, a composer with a guitar, actually. So I think I'm quite limited in what I can do with my guitar solos. I think, if you play the same thing again and again, you're going to repeat yourself, So of course, with Fabiola or Sheena, we had some different solos, and you can clearly listen to her when she's entering in the song with her guitar, because our approaches are so different, I think, and very complementary. The goal from the very beginning was to actually make the band a dual solo band, like Iron Maiden. I always liked the Adrian Smith, Dave Murray, alternating, playing both solos. But we never had the chance to do this until Fabiola actually joined the band, and that really made a difference in that sense.
Bueno, entonces lo que nos cuentan es que los primeros dos discos de Frozen Crown, la visión era muy de Federico, o sea, Federico fue el que compuso todo, él graba los solos de guitarra, entonces con Fabiola esto cambió harto porque es una visión totalmente distinta de cómo abordar un solo de guitarra o cómo abordar los temas. Y Federico nos cuenta que la idea siempre fue que fuera una banda de solos de guitarra, así como paralelos, tipo Iron Maiden. Entonces esto como que trajo algo muy nuevo a Frozen Crown.
Antes de seguir con las preguntas, un poquito de saludos de la gente. Some greetings from the people. Robert Blanc sent, hey Federico. Alberto González, I think I don't know where he is. Hello, I saw you. Yo los vi en Madrid unos años atrás. Mi oído aún me duele por el poder del baterista. Gracias por su música y lo espera en algún festival en España.
Hi, Robert Blanc is actually a brother and a friend, other than a fan, and we love him. He's from Austria. Oh. And what
Alberto González.
What Alberto is saying makes me laugh, because I remember that Madrid show, and I remember that there was, you remember, basically, people could only hear the drum because of the mixing in the. It was Sala Silicona, and it had really an awful mixing out because there was basically just a drum, and that was really funny. Yeah, it made me laugh about this. Yeah.
Yeah, nos cuenta que Federico se acuerda perfecto de ese concierto porque fue en una sala en
Sala
Madrid.
Silicona.
Eso, la sala Silicona, que tenía una mezcla pésima y que solamente se podía escuchar la batería y que fue horrible.
Ok, otros saludos. Claude Dallas, are you going to make a new clip of a song for the new album?
Who knows? Hi, Cloud. Hi, he's a great friend too.
Iván Ramírez from Costa Rica says hi, greetings to Federico and Supreme Goddess Giada.
Thank you, too kind.
Ciao, Iván.
Enrique Loaiza, hola muchachos, ¿cómo están? Gran programa PowerMetal.cl, qué gran entrevista a Frozen Crown. Matías Gagliardi, Frozen Crown, we love you. Mark Lesco composed with a guitar, I like that.
Yeah.
Federico, Luis Monteiro, Federico escribió 4 álbumes durante la pandemia, eso es asombroso. Did you write 4 albums during the pandemic?
I think he is referring to other bands I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's referring to Winterbane, to Call of the North, and then I guess to Daughters of the Night, which is from the band Nocturna, and no, not Crimson. Crimson was written actually. No, was written.
Yes, Crimson.
No, but I written that before, and then recorded during the pandemic, if I'm not wrong. And then the second album, Red Dragon, from Volturian, yes.
Okay. Entonces Francisco compuso 4 álbumes, dos de Frozen Crown, uno de Volturian y uno de Nocturna. Eso es lo que... Ya. Ok, Federico and Giada, I want to ask some things about Frozen Crown. First is, why do you decide you to put Frozen Crown to your band? It's from Warcraft or from other thing?
¿Cuál es la razón por la que le pusieron Frozen Crown a la banda?
Si es por Warcraft o no.
No, well, of course, Warcraft played a big role. So names like Ice Crown, Frostmourne actually influenced me definitely. But I remember the Frozen Crown name actually came out from a discussion we had with our labels, which are not only Scarlet Records in Italy, but I remember also the Japanese one, Marquis Avalon. We wanted the band to actually, we were like, we want this band to be iconic. So we want to be iconic like some iconic bands, and iconic bands actually have got, iconic heavy metal bands have got 2 words named: Ice Dirt, Iron Maiden, Blind Guardian, Judas Priest. Exactly, yeah. Of course, there are exceptions, yeah, but still, we wanted to keep that same. And I remember I was quite inspired by Celtic Frost back then, especially for the lyrics. For that reason, we had some names which were like a Frozen Sword or Ice Crown or something like that. And probably was someone from the label who actually, I don't remember. Yeah.
Yes, I remember this story.
It was just, yeah. And then I remember someone told, we have a blonde singer, so let's call ourselves Frozen Crown. So people are going to associate that to Frozen. The cartoon,
yes,
okay.
movie animation,
yeah, the Disney stuff, and that actually worked because a lot of when we played our first tours in Europe, a lot of little girls, very little girls, came there with the snowflake on their T-shirt, telling, "Oh, Princess Giada," and stuff like that. Yeah. It was very, very, very funny.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Okay, entonces nos cuentan que querían tener un nombre icónico, y en general las bandas icónicas tienen 2 palabras en el nombre, por ejemplo, Iron Maiden, Blind Guardian, Sonata Ártica, etc. Y estaban hablando con la... Bueno, claro, Warhammer tuvo también influencia en... ¿Cuánto? Warcraft. Tuvo su influencia en el tema, pero estaban hablando con la discográfica japonesa, y estaban buscando así como un nombre con Frozen algo, y de repente se les ocurrió, oye, tenemos una cantante rubia, pongámosle Frozen Crown, así como para hacer así como el guiño a Frozen de Disney. Y al parecer funcionó porque llegaban en los primeros tours, llegaban así como niñas chicas a los conciertos vestidas así como con las poleras de Frozen y decían, ah, princesa ya.
Francisco, quiero preguntarles también sobre, aparte de esto, Frozen Crown, ¿cómo ha sido el viaje de la banda? O sea, ¿qué sienten que después de 4 discos estar donde están? Siendo una banda ya importante en el medio, una banda de la cual se habla como parte de la nueva camada de Power Metal, sobre todo Power Metal italiano, que durante mucho tiempo estuvo dormido, o sea, y ahora despertó con bastante fuerza nuevamente.
Okay, how does it feel to after 4 albums and all the journey you've had? How does it feel to be there, where you are right now? Because Frozen Crown right now, it's a band that it's been talked about. You know, it's considered one of the new from the new
Power Metal.
Pack of bands. I don't know how.
Yes.
Yeah, and from Italy, because in Italy there was a time where there wasn't really much power metal going on, but right now you're one of the bands that are like leading this new group of new power metal bands in Italy and in Europe.
No, it's your turn.
My turn. You're ready. Well, I don't know. I never considered that like that. First we talk about songwriting. I'm literally only thinking about the band. When I'm in the studio writing songs, and then eventually going playing live. I never thought about the weight the band actually has. So I don't know, we just I think the reason is that we're just guys that love metal, love music, and we love to write that and to play that and to have fun, and then that's it. If you are if we have some weight in the music business, so that's really funny. And no, not funny. No, sorry. I wanted to say
Nice.
cool. No, I want to say cool,
Cool.
cool and nice.
Funny.
But yeah, no, sorry. But that was not something we started the band with. There was not an intention.
Okay.
That was just something that maybe happened. Yes, we received a lot of messages, of emails, of comments, of people from young bands asking for advices from us. But we don't feel yet as an accomplished band, So I think we still have a lot of road to walk,
Bueno, entonces nos dicen que ellos en verdad nunca han pensado mucho en el peso y en la importancia que tiene Frozen Crown, porque a ellos más que nada lo que les importa es componer y hacer la música que les gusta. Entonces, esto de tener así como peso es igual, es bonito, pero no es lo que ellos
Están buscando.
claro, no es lo que les importa más al final. Claro, o sea, como que de repente se empieza a dar cuenta que les llegan muchos mails, así como o mensajes de bandas chicas pidiéndole consejos y cosas así, pero ellos mismos sienten que todavía les queda un camino largo como para poder dar esos consejos.
Oye, esta pregunta es directamente para allá. Siguiendo en el tema del power metal actual, Frozen Crown está dentro de una nueva camada también de power metal cantado por mujeres, pero que salen del clásico mujer cantando ópera. Buscan una voz mucho más directa, mucho más heavy metal, mucho más... porque primero partió power metal cantado con ópera. Después vino el power metal, pero con mujeres haciendo harsh. Y ahora por fin está saliendo Unleash the Archers, Seven Kingdom, Frozen Crown, que son bandas de power metal y con cosas de death metal, como quieran, pero en el fondo donde la voz limpia le pertenece a una mujer, algo que en un principio nunca fue y que como que recién está llegando. ¿Qué siente ella esto?
Okay, so you're like, well, let me see how I can. Okay,
I think
so
I can.
no,
But
well,
I think I quite understood. But
yeah,
please,
well,
if you can.
right now there are new bands with female singers that are not singing in the classic operatic way that used to be in the late 90s and 2000s. So right now there are bands like Frozen Crown or Unleash the Archers or the
17
current
Worlds.
and the current Battle Beast, for example. How does it feel to be one of those singers, you know, because this is pretty new to, like, with a more direct voice and not operatic or harsh vocals that were like, for example, Arch Enemy or stuff like that. How does it feel to be one of the leading bands in terms of that?
It feels nice because you know, things have changed in metal during the last decades. As you said, there have been some times in which the girls just sang operatic and stuff. So it's an evolution. It's a nice how can I say, nice step. Nowadays, girls in metal sing in any way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's nice that now you know, as the male vocalists before were singing in every kind of approach, also the girls now have reached that position.
Yeah, I wanted to add something, if I can, which is also maybe quite funny. Back in the days when I was creating Frozen Crown, and I already I had already written some of the songs. I was meant to be Frozen Crown lead singer, and I was just searching for a female vocalist to sing some short parts, you know,
Okay.
or some specific songs, you know. So I auditioned some Italian singers, and all of them were actually singing with an operatic approach. But back then, I was still prone to actually consider Frozen Crown to be a band where I could sing in a more traditional power metal way and have a female guest that could sing some operatic vocals. Then when I sent the songs to her, which was the last one that was audition actually, she sang the songs that were meant to be sung in an operatic way with with her vocals. I don't know,
metal,
with
power
her
metal voice, classic voice.
yeah.
Yes.
And so in that moment, I remember me and the record label guy, we were like, oh my god, okay, I tell you what, I am not singing anymore. I'm just leaving all the songs to her. And that's the reason why you still can see some songs like I Am the Tyrant or Fail No More, where I sing some leads, because that's still, that was still in the process of actually me being originally the lead singer and then leaving the place to her. You know, so that's quite interesting if you think about it.
Yes, and I'm also, while we were talking, a question came to my mind. But I always sang over songs of bands like, you know, Halloween, Stratovarius, Camelot, and stuff like that. But they made a lot of albums. So yes, the question is, why just now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's
Yeah.
my question for you all.
Bueno, entonces lo que nos cuenta ya es que es bonito este paso de pasar de lo típico operático a lo más power metal clásico, pero con voz femenina, y que al final es una evolución. O sea, hoy en día las cantantes de metal están cantando también en todos los estilos posibles, al igual que los cantantes hombres en su época y ahora. Y lo que nos cuenta Federico es que originalmente, cuando estaba creando Frozen Crown, él quería ser el cantante principal.
Y era una mujer cantando ópera como en todos.
Claro, y quería hacer como algunas partes que las cantara una voz femenina. y hizo audiciones, y todas las audiciones eran todas con voz operática. Y la última persona a la que le mandó los temas fue a Giada, y Giada cantó los temas completos, pero en voz de power metal normal, y dijo, a ver, esto está bueno, sabes que yo no voy a cantar, y dejemos allá como vocalista. Entonces hay muchos temas en que igual se nota que hay como un poco de influencia en la composición, así como más operática, pero la voz sigue siendo power metal clásico.
¿Cuáles son las influencias de... que nombraron a Celtic Frost? De hecho, no se me había pasado en ningún momento en la cabeza que había alguna influencia de Celtic Frost. ¿Cuáles son las influencias que tiene Frozen Crown a la hora de componer o que tiene su música? Sabemos que Halloween, Rhapsody, así fácilmente, pero ¿qué otras cosas hay dando vueltas como Celtic Frost que no estemos viendo?
So, what are the references, the bands that you look up to when composing music? Because you guys said Celtic Frost, we would have never imagined Celtic Frost. You also mentioned Halloween, Stratovarius. Those are like the classic ones, but is there like some bands that you like, oh, that's interesting, you know? I wouldn't have imagined.
No, I am more obvious. So as I said, I grown up with stuff like that, classic power metal. I sang a lot of, After Forever stuff that maybe can sound something closer. And of course, a lot of Blind Guardian and maybe something a little less, a little more unexpected, Metallica. When I was young, my friends always told me, I hear that you listen a lot to James Hetfield because I don't know, maybe I wasn't aware that I was singing like, yeah, something like that. But, yeah. But Federico has more surprises.
But I have a question. What about that other band with the blonde singer and the blonde guitar player?
Oh, Madonna, don't make me tricks now.
No, your favorite band.
Oh, yes. I really listen a lot. One of my favorite bands ever is Nevermore. And yes, sometimes I know that I have been influenced also by World Day. It sounds strange, but it is.
Ok, entonces tenemos, en el caso de Giada, Metallica, tenemos Nevermore, After Forever, and in your case, Federico, which are the bands?
Well, I have an album here. This is not only my favorite band, which is Borknagar. Yes, exactly.
Borknagar, okay.
And I can assure you, guys, that if you want to know where I take ideas from, is from this band, because I really grew up with this. A lot of guitar riffs. You can hear that on a lot of songs. Also, a lot of choruses. For example, I remember "Crowned in Frost," the title track, or also "Winterfall." But not only the longest songs, even the song called Crown Eternal. I mean, this band is really the non-power metal band that actually influenced me the most. And also, Vortex, but not only Vortex, because here we have Lars, we have Wintersorg, we have 3 singers actually singing, and I can also add Garm from, of course, Ulver, but also from Arturus. So I think this Norwegian scene actually influenced me a lot. And for what concerns the guitar riffs and the vocal melodies, every single part I sing, also in Fire in the Sky, the latest single from our latest album. That's totally stolen from Borknagar. Yeah.
Ok, entonces nos cuenta que Borknagar es básicamente su inspiración máxima.
Básicamente la inspiración máxima.
se puede escuchar en todos los riffs que compone. Ha sacado muchas ideas de los riffs, de las melodías vocales, cosas así. Y que en el último single que sacaron, de
Fire in the
hecho,
Sky.
es una copia casi directa de Borknagar.
Oye, antes un ratito vamos a pasar a las preguntas del público, pero me queda una pregunta. ¿Qué está escuchando Frozen Crown ahora? O sea, ¿qué escucha Giada? ¿Qué escucha Federico en estos días? Que no sea Fornagar, que no sea... ¿Con qué bandas nuevas? ¿Qué nos cuentan de eso?
So, what are you guys listening to right now? You know,
What are your
apart from
playlists?
Borknagar, apart from the classic bands that inspire you, which bands are you listening to? Maybe new bands that have surprised you, or
Allora.
Allora?
Yes. So I discovered a really interesting, function in that how can I say that new, I don't know if I can say the names. When you on your phone you have an app, you listen to your stuff, okay?
Okay.
And then
Spotify with you.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say,
Yeah, why not?
Amazon
Why not?
Music, Spotify, stuff like that. And one day I decided to try that function that says selected from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I found a lot of interesting stuff, but a lot. So I really don't know which band mention even, because I just can say that what I prefer, it's always something really metal related to my listenings. So, power, heavy, melodic death metal. There are a lot of interesting stuff around. I cannot say
One
something.
band. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. It's too many. And what about you?
Well, if we talk about metal, I really only have three bands I've always been following, and one sadly is no more, which is Nevermore actually, which I stopped, of course, following after World Day passed. But the other two are, of course, Borknagar. I really loved all their albums, of course, and also True North, which is quite recent actually, and also In Flames, which are definitely one of my favorite bands ever. And I've never been, that kind of guy telling, oh, the first two albums were the best and then they sucked. No,
Layman.
never. No. I actually liked some, of course, I loved, for example, the Jester Race or Oracle. But for example, for what concerns Clayman or Colony, probably I prefer some later albums, like for example, I don't know, also A Sense of Purpose. I really love that album. But also, Soundtrack to Your Escape. I really like that. I mean, they've always been able to surprise me, and I really like that. I've never been into that kind of discrimination because they are not metal anymore. That thing doesn't make sense to me. And I really always loved them. And I'm also digging their latest singles and basically everything they do. If I have to mention one band, actually, I was talking to Giada the other day about them. They're Dusk in Silence. And it's actually a one-man band. And I really want to share this with the guys here because they're from Indonesia and they play black metal.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know how to share that, but you should search for Beneath the Great Sky of Solitude,
I will
which
put
is
in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the link. So this is the link.
I really
That's
love
Okay,
it.
so in the meantime, let me translate for the people here.
Definitely, yes.
Bueno,
I love the band and I support this guy, so I wish him all the best. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a real fan.
Bueno, en el caso de Giada, hoy en día no hay una banda en específico así como que esté escuchando, porque ha descubierto muchas bandas nuevas gracias a Spotify, Amazon Music o Apple Music, con todas estas cuestiones de Discover Weekly o Hecho para ti, cosas así. Y en el caso de Federico, aparte de Bornagar y... you say Bornagar, In Flames. In Flames, que no es de los que dice que le gustan solamente los 2 primeros álbumes, porque según él siempre ha logrado... In Flames siempre ha logrado sorprenderlo con algo nuevo. Entonces siempre hay algo... Hay algo
Sí.
interesante para ver. Y por último nos recomendó una banda que se llama
Dusk in Silence.
Dusk in
Que yo
Silence,
puse,
que son
en el chat puse el nombre y el metalum de la banda, por si los quieren conocer, que dice que le encanta esa banda, que tocan black metal, es solo un one-man band, o sea, una banda de un solo
una
hombre,
banda
que
de
es
una
Indonesia,
persona.
y que lo recomienda que en verdad lo apoyen porque es muy, muy buena.
Uh-huh.
Vamos con algunas preguntas de la gente. Dice acá, Leonardo Martínez, which are the songs that you like more to play in live?
Also come to Argentina.
From Argentina.
Come to Argentina. Yeah.
Vengan a Argentina.
No, you start. You already have.
Uh,
I have to select.
One.
I think my favorite song to play live is Crown Eternal.
Crown Eternal.
It's very diverse. There's a lot of stuff going. It's always so interesting for what concerns the timing. So it's very funny to play, very beautiful. Always changing the solo parts every time, improvising, doing something new, because the song actually allows me to do that. So it's very funny, yeah, and beautiful to play live and also to sing, yeah.
Let me translate and then...
Yes.
Bueno, entonces la que le gusta más tocar es Crown in Silence, you said it was? What was the name?
Crown Eternal.
Crown Eternal. Porque es una canción que es muy entretenida para tocar, es muy bonita y además le deja improvisar mucho. O sea, por ejemplo, siempre está cambiando los solos de guitarra, siempre lo está improvisando, entonces como que le da mucha libertad porque la canción lo permite. Entonces, eso la hace muy entretenida tocar en vivo. And you,
Giada?
No, so maybe a strange answer, but it's obvio. Queen of Blades. Queen of Blades from our first album. It's one of my favorites to play, and from their most recent ones, Fire in the Sky, because I have so much fun. There are different parts, low, high, and open parts, so it's really nice for me.
Bueno, entonces del primer disco, Queen of Blades, le gusta tocarla mucho en vivo, y Fire in the Sky del último disco, porque tiene muchas partes altas, muchas partes bajas, tiene como harto juego, entonces muy entretenida de tocar en vivo.
Ok, a otra pregunta. Metal Person G is asking, ¿cómo deciden ustedes qué canciones Fabiola tiene un solo? ¿Cómo lo deciden?
Simply she chooses that. I mean, when a song inspires her, she's just telling, I want to play solo there, and she goes and plays the solo there. Yeah. You have to know that Fabiola is very, very much fond of playing rhythm guitars. She's extremely proficient when playing solos. But she's really, really, really good in playing rhythms, and that's often a very rare thing because of course it's quite rare to find a guitar player that can really play rhythm so well and so tight. So maybe most of the time she just has more fun playing rhythms, so she doesn't want to play a guitar solo in every single song. She just chooses when she wants to play one, and that's it.
Ok, entonces lo que nos cuenta es que Fabiola simplemente escoge en donde toca solo y donde no. Y que Fabiola, de hecho, si bien es muy buena tocando solos de guitarra, a ella le encanta tocar guitarra rítmica, lo cual no es muy común hoy en día, pero se le da muy bien tocar la guitarra rítmica.
Okay. Seba Payacán se está tomando un descanso en su trabajo simplemente para ver la entrevista. Hernán Borges, he's one of the guys from powermetal.cl, but he lives in Leicester, in England. So he's now seeing the interview. Chao, bellísimo. Dice, hola, gracias por Call of, o sea, felicitaciones por Call of the North, un hermoso álbum que lo sorprendió y que para él es de lo mejor que ha salido del power metal italiano y lo adora.
Thank you so much. Thanks. You know about good music.
Gregory Barrales ama a Frozen Crown, los conoció durante la pandemia, durante el encierro, y le agradece su música porque hizo que los momentos más difíciles se pasaran mejor. Adolfo Salinas is asking you, Federico, si te gusta Enslaved. Slave.
No, I have to admit I don't know them very well, so I can't express myself about them. Do you know them?
No, there are some bands
we are missing them.
Yes, that's true, because even if you are young and you have time, you grow up with something.
Yeah, I have to say I really listened to the bands I loved a lot. I mean, I listened to some specific albums thousands and thousands of times, but I never was towards the quantity over quality. I mean, I really selected the bands I listened, and was very selective about that. I'm not into a ton of bands actually, but I'm going to check them. Yeah.
And this is interesting because nowadays I think that it's difficult for people, especially youngest people, to go deep into something because there is too much offer. It's really consuming, like the consumist mechanism, even in music, you know, it's superficial. So really, I'm happy too that we were born in the days that you have the CD and that's it, and you have to listen it over and over because
definitely.
That's it.
Entonces lo que nos cuentan es que bueno, no conocen Slave, pero más que nada porque siempre han sido como muy selectos con su música. O sea, nos cuentan que hoy en día hay tanta variedad de música que es imposible meterse así como profundamente con una banda. Entonces, para ellos era así. Ellos tenían el CD y era lo que escuchaban en repeat, así como...
Ahora hay
era
mucho,
porque era lo que tenían. Claro, ahora con Spotify tienes toda la música del mundo al alcance del celular. Entonces, un poco más complicado hacer eso.
Ok, Robert Blanc los saluda y dice que no ha escuchado otra voz como la de Giada en una mujer femenina que pueda cantar con esta forma de sentir. Seba Miranda, con todo lo que ha escuchado, entiende por qué Frozen Crown suena tan bien. Mark Lesko dice que descubrió a Frozen Crown por sugerencia del mismo YouTube y que ha sido la mejor sugerencia que le ha ofrecido YouTube y se volvió una de sus bandas favoritas. Adolfo Salinas dice que como te gusta In Flames, ¿te gustó Halo Effect?
No. Why? That doesn't make sense. You know when? No, I remember I talked about this topic in an Italian interview. Ti ricordi?
Sì.
Talked for like half an hour about this topic. I was very angry about this because when Halo Effect came out, everybody on social networks was saying, "Oh wow, In Flames are going back to the roots. Finally, the old true In Flames are coming back." Why? There's no true In Flames there. There is nobody there.
Triggered him. Now it goes on forever.
Yeah, there is only people that never write a single In Flames song there. Nobody. I mean, that's just some modern melodic death metal influence stuff that doesn't have anything to do with old school In Flames. For me, In Flames are the Bjorn and Anders songwriting. Of course, Jesper Stormblood was also part of that, for sure. But he made the Resistance first. And he already demonstrated with the Resistance that he was forward. It was looking forward. It was already different from what In Flames used to do in the past. So it just doesn't make sense, because people are just nostalgic and just think about names, but they just don't understand anything. Actually, no, I don't like the Halo effect. Of course, it's it's a band made from very cool people. I love Michael Stan. I really love Dark Tranquility and Michael Stan. I love his way of singing. He is one of my favorite singers ever. Really, he really influenced, and also
Yes, I really love that.
Yeah, it really influenced me, my songwriting, my lyric writing. But Michael Stan, for how much I love him, has nothing to do with In Flames, except from the fact that he was actually on the first In Flames demo. But that's it. I mean, it's not something that made sense to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Bueno, es un rant que da para rato porque no, claramente no le gusta.
Básicamente no le gusta Halo Effect.
Básicamente.
Porque no es In Flames. In Flames original no es Halo Effect, y que la gente de Halo Effect no es los que compusieron los discos de In Flames originales.
Claro.
Si bien hay miembros, no son, la música compuesta no es lo mismo. Eso.
Claro, no tiene nada que ver.
Algunas otras. Marcos Sepúlveda dice que eres una gran cantante y una tremenda banda, un sonido fresco, los ama, y dice que los videos que graban son espectaculares.
Thank you.
Luis Monteiro, I think he's talking about Dusk in Silence, dice que es una banda fantástica y no tenía ni idea, no podía imaginar que that you have listened to Dusk in Silence.
Yeah, one of the best new bands I actually discovered. Yes.
Luis Monteiro is asking you if Federico can tell us something about your new guitar and how it works in the last tour.
Yeah, this is the guitar is talking about. This is from Jackson, and we just became a Jackson endorsers.
Cool.
I've always I always actually used the Jackson and Fender and Charvel guitars, which are also all from the same group, the Fender group. But this guitar is really amazing, and it played awesome on the tour. It has 7 strings, so I can play heavy songs like Black Heart or other songs, from the most recent albums without changing guitar. It's really awesome and reliable, never went out of tune despite having a Floyd Rose. It's really perfect. It's very heavy and in the sound, but very light on stage and comfortable to play. It has this unfinished neck, which is beautiful. It's awesome, really perfect, and and the color is really Frozen Crown style. Yeah, this color is actually called Winter Storm, so it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bueno, nos cuenta que la guitarra le ha funcionado perfecto. Siempre han ocupado guitarras de marcas del grupo Fender, o sea, Jackson, Chappell, y ahora
tiene 7 cuerdas y le permite tocar toda la
Claro.
gama de canciones de Frozen Crown sin cambiar de
sin tener
guitarra.
que cambiar, y además ahora están endorsed, auspiciados por Jackson, y además que el color de la guitarra
Winter Storm
es un color muy Frozen Crown.
Sí.
Claude Dallas dice que vio esta guitarra a 10 centímetros de su cara hace 2 semanas.
Yeah, we saw the videos, yes.
Algunos saludos más. Felipe Muñoz, tremenda banda. O sea, you are a huge band. He wants to come to Chile. He said that he plays a lot of your songs in his drum. And your new drummer is more progressive. Dice, un poco más técnico.
Sí.
Yes, it's more progressive, more influenced by progressive rock, progressive metal, más técnico. I agree. Yeah.
Y Alicia Ulloa is saying that that the thing that you are telling about the Spotify things, because now you are listing more bands, but you don't have the CDs, you don't have the tape. You only listen and it's different. It's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to listen to like that MP3 that we download from a pretty sketchy webpage, and that's it. You only listen to that or the CD you had
Yes,
and stuff like that.
Fabian
yes,
Casino
yes,
asking if the Grows, I think, nor Grows will be back in the next album. And there will be a next album. I think how much time we will wait for the new album from Frozen Crown.
Ah,
You talk. Well, I was asking.
no, because
You.
I thought it was meaning if my back is going to grow in the next album. That's yeah, nice question. No, well, about growls, I don't know because I didn't actually plan to have or not to have growls in this album. I just, we wrote the song, we sang on them, and then we were like, okay, we're fine. I mean, there were parts on songs, for example, Fire in the Sky, where I sang a lot. I could have sing maybe growling, but I just wanted to write to sing that way, and I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe on the next album there are going to be growls, maybe not. I don't know. That depends from the songs. If the songs actually call some growl, yeah, needs, yeah. And about the timing, I don't know now. I mean, we cannot say anything at the moment.
Okay.
We are going to give you guys some updates in the next months.
Cool.
Bueno, en cuanto al disco nuevo, no pueden decir nada todavía.
Pero
que
estén
va-
atentos.
Ah,
Pero estén
claro,
atentos
que
porque
estén atentos
próximamente
porque
nos
van
van
a
a
haber updates y que van a ir diciendo cosas nuevas. Y en cuanto a los guturales, si es que van a volver o no, eso depende mucho de las canciones. Por ejemplo, para este disco nunca decidieron si iban o no iban los guturales. Simplemente se dio que las canciones no necesitaban los guturales y quedaron así. O sea, terminaron de grabar las voces y fue como, ya, sí, estamos bien, no necesita más. Entonces, probablemente lo mismo pase más adelante.
Ok, y creo que la última pregunta de la gente, ya para ir cerrando un poco, Seba Miranda está preguntando si hay algún cantante de alguna banda con los que les gustaría colaborar en Frozen Crown. O sea, si Frozen Crown will compose a new song and say, I want this
I
singer,
want this singer to collaborate.
everyone,
with us.
Bruce Dickinson, I don't
Or-
know, but you feel that will work, que funcionaría.
I would say Andy Darius,
Oh,
my favorite.
Oh.
Yes. I want James Hetfield to say yeah together. You know?
Entonces tenemos a James Hetfield para hacer un Yeah juntos y a Andy Darius de Halloween. Mira, interesante.
Giada, do you like the last Metallica del álbum The 72 Seasons?
So I didn't listen to it whole
Okay.
now. Yes, I just
Me neither,
listened
don't worry.
to some songs. Yeah, I'm worried. No, but I think that the riff starts and you say, okay, could be something more, maybe. I But then when the vocal part starts, I go much more into the song.
I think if James Hetfield sees this interview, he's never going to sing with us.
I know.
You should have said, yes, I love the album. Yeah.
Yes.
Bueno, entonces
No, but how can I say? I am really, and that's strange. I have been a fan from Load and Reload.
Yeah, but
I
it's too late
love
now.
this album.
Too late.
I know, but also something from the Black Album, that melodic stuff. I'm missing it. That's my limit. These new songs, in the end, I really loved them. But I'm missing the 90s. That's
Okay.
it.
o sea, nos dice que no ha escuchado todavía el disco completo y que le pasó que cuando partió escuchando los primeros riffs, como que dijo ya, y cuando empezó la parte vocal, como que ahí ya pudo entrar un poco más en la música, pero ella es muy nostálgica de los 90, entonces como que extraña un poco eso.
I think it's interesting that she said, I'm missing the 90s, because a lot of people referring to Metallica says, I'm
The
missing the 80s.
No,
Yeah.
I love the
And
80s album.
no, but this is cool
Yes,
because you're missing the 90s.
No
It's the same thing
one
for me
miss
for
the 90s.
Inflame.
I
Yeah.
know it's strange because a lot of people say, oh, that 90s, those 3 albums, or maybe Load and Reload are
Mhm.
not good.
They cut the hair,
Maybe,
so they are not metal.
yes, maybe it's because they were the first albums I listened to from Metallica. Then I also fell in love with Kill 'Em All, Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and Justice for All. I really consumed my cassettes. You know, my cassettes are not working anymore. And then, you know, I just was no more in love with them from Saint Anger on. I have to confess. And but now I also heard something inspired and fresh. I think that I will like this album better than what I liked the previous albums of the 2000s. You know.
Yeah. Entonces, al final, fue harta enfocar en tu país.
Mira, básicamente, Giada debe ser de las pocas personas que cuando es sincera dice, a mí me gusta Metallica en los 90. I remember the 90s Metallica. Normalmente la gente dice, I'm a fan of 80s Metallica, and la gente dice, soy fan de la Metallica de los 80, porque en los 90 el Load, Reload, fue totalmente, se vendieron, se cortaron el pelo, they stopped doing metal, they cut the hair, se cortaron el pelo y la gente con pelo corto no puede hacer metal.
No.
That's illegal.
Entonces, pero ya dice que a ella sí le gusta el Load, Reload, probablemente porque fueron los discos con los que ella partió escuchando Metallica. Se consumió todos los tapes, los cassettes, en grabar, regrabar, y si bien le encanta lo que hizo Metallica en los 80, como son sus discos con los que partió, le tiene mucho amor a esos discos. No dice que no, entiende que la gente como que él le tire mierda a Metallica a los 80, pero que incluso ella siente que en los discos actuales, lo último que está sacando Metallica, no hay ni de los 80 ni de los 90. O sea, now Metallica is doing a thing that is not from the 90s and it's not from the 80s. It's something, it's Metallica, but it doesn't Metallica.
Yes. Something, another era again.
Ok, algunos saludos y vamos con las últimas preguntas. Some greetings and then we go from the last questions. Frozen has been the Halloween singer for years and years. Yes, sorry.
That was me, yeah.
In PowerMetal.cl, we think that Andy Deris saved Halloween.
It's saved, yeah.
Halloween is playing here in Chile this Sunday for the Master of Rock with Keys, Deep Purple, Scorpions, Skid Row, and
I think that's it, yeah.
Jaime Contreras, he's from PowerMetal.cl too. She's saying that his last album, he loved it, and he wants to know if you have some
words
because
for the Nightfall album.
from Middle Earth of Blind Guardian is getting to 25 years
today. Yeah.
Yes, I viewed the new one on Facebook before, and if I shipwreck on a desert island, the album I would like to have with me is Nightfall in Middle Earth, of course. It's my favorite album ever. It's together with this Godless Endeavor from Nevermore.
Okay.
Yes, so for me it's a really important celebration. I bought that album, I was young, I had some money that I saved not eating at lunch at school to save money to buy CDs. And I bought Nightfall in Middle Earth on the shop. And for me, it was a blast. I just saw the video of Mirror Mirror once on TV at midnight. I don't know how it works in Chile, but metal in Italy went on TV at midnight, and it went on TV until 10 years ago. Now it's impossible.
It's the devil, yeah.
Yes, and now you don't even see nothing more.
Yeah.
And but I really fell in love with Blind Guardian with that album that I bought without even just buy one song.
Bueno, nos cuenta que si quedara varada en una isla desierta, el disco que se llevaría con ella sería el Nightfall de Blind Guardian. Y que, claro, es su disco favorito. Lo compró el CD cuando era chica, ahorró la plata, así como sin almorzar en el colegio para guardar la plata, y lo compró después de haber escuchado solamente Mirror Mirror.
A medianoche.
A la medianoche en la tele vio el video y dijo, ya, lo compro.
And in those times, you only buy the CD because for one song or for the artwork? You went to the store and say, oh, this artwork is good, so I think this album it will be good.
Not properly, because I was buying the magazine
Okay.
Metal Hammer when I was a young girl and reading. Yes, so I went to the heavy metal section, but I never bought, I think, albums without even knowing a single song.
Okay.
Yes, at least one song I had to know from the band, not from that album. But because I didn't want surprises.
Yeah, claro. Ella nunca compraba un disco sin...
No ocurría como acá, que no sabías nada del disco y lo comprabas por el
Claro,
arte. Allá sí había más información.
Allá sí.
Oye, Luis Monteiro nos hace un poco de publicidad a toda la gente. Por favor, pónganle like al canal, like al video para que haya más entrevistas como esta. Últimas preguntas. Giada, ¿escuchaste el último disco de Blind Guardian, de God Machine?
Yes. The only thing I have to say about it is maybe I didn't listen to it from the right device.
Okay.
Because even there, I'm missing some melodies. I don't know the mixing. I don't know if it was my device.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not hearing, but they said it in some interviews that they wanted to be, heavier, raw, and what made me fall in love with them is all the orchestrations and their trademark. So of course I love the album because it's theirs, and even if they play mazurka, I would love it.
Básicamente le gustó el álbum, pero todavía siente que no lo ha escuchado bien en el aparato correcto, porque si bien Metallica dijo que suena más rancio o más rudo, no sabe si en el equipo que lo ha escuchado logra encontrar eso. Todavía hay algo que no sé si está escuchando bien. Okay, I think that these are the last question.
By the way, can I just a friend of mine just sent me a message. He went to live to Italy like 3 months ago and told me you guys were amazing in Genoa. He went to see Nanowar and you were playing first, and he said like, what the fuck, this is amazing.
Thank you.
27 personas en YouTube y solo 10 likes. Porfa, aprieten el botón like para que haya más entrevistas. Y Hernán Borges from PowerMetal.cl is asking cuáles son las bandas de Italia que escuchan más.
For me, the best Italian metal bands is Novembre. The other one, if we talk about power metal, I think Turilli Leone's Rhapsody.
Okay.
And of course, Nanowar still.
No, Nanowar.
I have one question.
We have a question.
Gato.
You have to listen carefully to their songs.
But that was implicit.
Aside, from Imodium, Ikea, and stuff like that, they are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but wait. I mean, we mentioned them since the very beginning. Of course, they are our favorite Italian band. Yeah, but of course, I thought that was already took for granted.
Yeah. Bueno, nos dicen que, claro, Nanowar es su banda favorita de power italiano Y, o sea, son geniales. ¿Sí?
Gato!
I'm writing Gato too.
Because I am a friend of Gato. I meet him like in Chile, in Germany, and Italy. He asked, Gato Pancheri, no les puedo dar el teléfono, de Nanowar, quiere preguntarle directamente al gran Federico, is asking you, Federico, about your first band, Spinal King, and the guy,
And your keyboard player, Roberto Di Candia.
Yes. I have a special thing. Yeah, this question is Roberto Di Candia. This question is awesome, and I have a very special and unedited photo. My very first band was called the Spinal King, and the band logo was a skull with a crown.
Okay.
And years and years later, with Frozen Crown, I made this logo, which is a skull with a crown. So now I'm showing you this, which is this is me with the skull and the crown. I draw the t-shirts, and this is Roberto Di Candia, the keyboard player.
Oh,
that's so cool.
And this guy is now a friend of Gatto from Nanowar, and they studied together. And so it was it was really funny because you know it was very like we were like it was a destiny intervention.
How old were you in that photo?
I think I was at the I think I was second mid school. See, 12.
You were young.
Yeah, I was young, and the funny thing is that I already had a band with a skull with a crown. That's so funny. And it's now writing to me. You talk about Roberto Di Candia. Yeah.
Ok, entonces claro, nos dice que su primera banda se llamaba Spinal King.
Spinal King, yes.
Spinal King, y el logo era una calavera con una corona. Y ahora, muchos años más tarde,
está en las poleras de Frozen.
En las poleras está la calavera con la corona, y que el tecladista, Roberto Di Candia, estudió con
Gato Pancheri.
Con Gato Pancheri de Nanowar Steel. Entonces fue como una intervención del destino, así mucha coincidencia.
Vamos a ir cerrando obviamente con la clásica pregunta, ¿cuándo veremos a Frozen Crown en Sudamérica y en particular en Chile? ¿Existe alguna posibilidad?
We take care about songwriting, videos, graphics, photos, but not about the booking. That's not something we do. So of course we can't do this information, and most importantly, even if we had some news, we couldn't tell that already. So we hope absolutely to come there soon because we have a lot of people from there writing to us, commenting. We love them. They are very warm. I think Latin American people are very similar to Italians. They're they want to hug everybody, they are, and also party.
We like to party.
Party.
Like to party.
So we would really love to come over there. Of course it's so hard, compared to playing in Germany, of course, but we are really working on that. Let's hope with the next album, or maybe before, we can actually find a way to go there. Maybe with Nanowar Steel, who knows? And Roberto Di Candia too.
Entonces nos dicen que ellos no están encargados de ver el tema del booking de los conciertos y cosas así, y que si tuviesen la información tampoco
la pueden
podrían decirla ahora mismo, porque hay que dejar espacio para la sorpresa, pero que sí les encantaría venir para acá porque al final los italianos y los latinos somos bien parecidos, somos mucho de abrazo, harto carrete. Entonces, quién sabe, quizá en algún futuro con Nanoware Steel, quién sabe.
Felipe Muñoz is telling that when you came to Chile to play with Bloodline, a power metal band from Chile. Do you know a lot something about music in Chile? Not only metal.
Music in general, or
No,
Not very much.
no. Maybe I know some because sometimes in Italy, people singing in Spanish become very famous, especially in summer. But I don't know if those people were actually from Chile or not. I'm going to check.
Cool.
But I think no. Let me check this one. No, it's Spanish. Nothing. No, sorry. Yeah.
¿Quieres alguna pregunta, Francisco, antes de la pregunta final?
No, creo que estoy bien.
Okay, and the last question is the free mic. Now you can say anyone you want. The people in Chile, the people in South America are seeing this interview, and they will see us because the interview will keep in Facebook, YouTube, Twitch for some time, and then I will put in Spotify, Amazon, Google, Apple. I don't know which one. What do you want to say? Tell us.
Well, first of all, I want to say that what just came to my mind that while I don't know any band from Chile, there was one lyricist, lyric writing guy that is my favorite. And he is Pablo Neruda, of course.
Oh, Neruda, yeah. Of course.
So, and of course, he is the best, so he was the best. So, of course, that doesn't count as a songwriter.
But you can look, I tell this from to the guy from Judicator, you can look for Los Jaivas, is a band from Chile that make an album about Alturas de Machu Picchu. They are a very folk rock from the 60s, I think.
60s, 70s, yeah.
They have, this year they have 50 years of playing, and they do folk rock, and one of the albums are from the poems from Pablo Neruda about Alturas de Machu Picchu. You can look it for.
Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. I'm definitely going to listen to that. Yes, thank you. And I want to say, we really love people from there, and all, of course, Latin American people and people from Chile. We love, every single person from there. We know actually from social networks or stuff. We love them. They're awesome people. And what do you want to say?
The same, that we are really looking forward to come to tour, to meet you all, because we have a lot of connections in South America, and we really hope to come soon. That's it.
Bueno, que esperan venir pronto a Chile, que tienen muchos contactos aquí, entonces sería muy bonito poder venir. Y que, claro, Federico nos dice que sí conoce a un chileno que hace poemas, que es Neruda, y ahí le recomendamos los Jaivas para que escuche.
Ok, nada que decir. Giada, Federico, muchas gracias por tomarte casi más de una hora de entrevista. Sepan que powermetal.cl siempre está abierto para ustedes. Si quieren comunicarse directamente con nosotros, necesitan entregar información, hacemos lo posible porque la gente de Sudamérica, la gente de habla hispana, sepa más qué está pasando, no solo con Frozen Crown y el power metal italiano, sino con todo el power metal en general en el mundo. Eso. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Muchas gracias.
Thanks.
Ok, eso fue la entrevista con Frozen Crown, 1 hora y media conversando de todo. Muchas gracias por la atención. Vamos a ver si tenemos alguna entrevista antes. Si no, nos vemos el próximo miércoles. Ojo, puede que sea un poco más tarde, en una nueva capítulo de powermetal.cl, el podcast live. ¿Algo más que decir, Francisco?
No, nada más. Gracias por la invitación aquí a traducir de nuevo. Y eso. Nos vemos.
Nos vemos, que esté muy bien y vamos con la composición de Francisco para cerrar el programa. Que esté muy bien, nos vemos.